our shirt on Teespring.
On April 16, 2025, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the current head of the Department of Health and Human Services, made startling claims about autism during a press conference. He declared that the cause of autism would be identified and preventable by September 2025. Kennedy, a known vaccine skeptic, fueled existing fears by calling autism an epidemic. He stated that children diagnosed with autism could never become productive members of society. These pronouncements, delivered with an air of authority, sent shockwaves through the medical and autistic communities. Kennedy's statements were met with immediate criticism and concern. His unfounded claims contradicted decades of scientific research and threatened to undermine public trust in vaccines, a cornerstone of public health. The timing of his announcement, just weeks after the resignation of Dr. Peter Marks, the highly respected head of the FDA's vaccine division, further fueled anxieties. Dr. Marks had cited Kennedy's relentless promotion of misinformation and disregard for scientific evidence as the reason for his departure. The impact of Kennedy's words was immediate and far-reaching. Parents of autistic children expressed fear and outrage, while advocacy groups mobilized to counter the misinformation. The scientific community braced for the challenging task of debunking Kennedy's claims and reassuring the public about the safety and efficacy of vaccines. The stage was set for a high-stakes battle between scientific evidence and dangerous misinformation. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. S. recent pronouncements about autism are not isolated incidents. They are part of a long and troubling history of promoting anti-vaccine views. Kennedy has been a vocal critic of vaccines for decades, consistently linking them to autism despite overwhelming scientific evidence to the contrary. His book, Thimerosal, Let the Science Speak, published in 2014, reignited the debate about the debunked link between the mercury-based preservative and autism. Kennedy's anti-vaccine stance has drawn widespread condemnation from the medical community, scientists, and public health experts. His claims have been repeatedly debunked by rigorous scientific studies and official statements from organizations like the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the World Health Organization. Critics argue that Kennedy's rhetoric is not only misleading, but also dangerous, as it erodes public trust in vaccines and jeopardizes herd immunity, putting vulnerable populations at risk. Despite facing intense scrutiny and criticism, Kennedy has remained steadfast in his anti-vaccine beliefs. He has cultivated a loyal following among those who distrust mainstream medicine and are susceptible to conspiracy theories. His platform as a public figure and a member of a prominent political family has amplified his message, giving it a veneer of legitimacy that belies the lack of scientific evidence. The already volatile situation surrounding RFK Jr.'s autism claims was further inflamed by former President Donald Trump's vocal support. Trump, who has a long history of promoting misinformation and conspiracy theories, echoed Kennedy's sentiments about vaccines and autism. He publicly praised Kennedy's courage in speaking out against what he called the medical establishment. Trump's endorsement lent his considerable platform and influence to the spread of dangerous misinformation. Trump's support of Kennedy's claims sparked outrage among medical professionals, scientists, and public health experts. They condemned his irresponsible rhetoric, warning that it would further erode public trust in vaccines and lead to a resurgence of preventable diseases. The American Academy of Pediatrics issued a strongly worded statement denouncing Trump's comments, calling them dangerous and reckless. The convergence of Kennedy's claims and Trump's support created a perfect storm for the spread of misinformation. Social media platforms, already struggling to contain the flow of false and misleading information, became inundated with anti-vaccine content. The hashtag #Vaccines trended on Twitter, amplifying the voices of a small but vocal minority and drowning out the evidence-based information provided by reputable sources. In the face of persistent misinformation, the scientific community has consistently and unequivocally debunked the alleged link between vaccines and autism. Decades of research have failed to find any credible evidence supporting this claim. The scientific consensus is clear. Vaccines are safe and effective, and they do not cause autism. The original study that ignited the vaccine autism controversy, published in the medical journal The Lancet in 1998 by Andrew Wakefield, has been thoroughly discredited and retracted. Wakefield's research was found to be fraudulent, and he lost his medical license. Subsequent studies involving millions of children have consistently shown no association between vaccines and autism. Scientists emphasize that autism is a complex neurodevelopmental disorder with multiple contributing factors, including genetics and environmental influences. While the exact causes of autism are still being investigated, there is no scientific basis for blaming vaccines. The increase in autism diagnoses in recent decades is attributed to a variety of factors, including improved diagnostic criteria, greater awareness, and changes in how autism is defined and identified.